Are you listening?
Welcome to another episode of the Nerf Report, your go-to source for all the week's gaming news, nerfed into one show once a week, so you can worry less about reading the news and get back to playing those video games. And on this week's episode, we head deep inside Xbox one more time. DC and Warner Brothers are teasing a brand new Batman game. Season 3 of Apex Legends has arrived, bringing a brand new map. Prepare yourselves for a new Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order trailer, and PlayStation has held a new State of Play, which was filled with a ton of Last of Us 2 news and updates. But before we get into any of that, your top headlines. First up this week, bust out your screwdrivers and get ready to void some warranties, because we are going deep inside Xbox. This week, Xbox and Microsoft released another episode of Inside Xbox, in which gamers were given a first look at some new games coming to the Xbox One. Games like Children of Morta, Code Vein, After Party, Felix the Ripper, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, Outer Worlds, new DayZ DLC called Livonia, and the pirate MMO adventure game Atlas. But that's not all. Inside Xbox also included some brand new news about Project xCloud. Microsoft revealed that starting in October, Xbox will be offering a preview program for Project xCloud for select players in the United States, United Kingdom, and Korea. Project xCloud, of course, is Microsoft and Xbox's attempt at cloud-based video game streaming, where gamers can stream any of their Xbox games to their mobile devices. Next up, let's talk about Batman. It has been 4 years since the release of Arkham Knight, and since then, Batman fans, including myself, have been clamoring for a brand new Batman video game. But luckily for us, the folks over at Warner Brothers Games may have just teased a brand new Batman game. On September 22nd, Warner Brothers Games Montreal posted a tweet to celebrate Batman Day. Warner Brothers Games Montreal wrote, "At WB Games Montreal is proud to celebrate Batman's 80th anniversary with the rest of the world during #Batman Day, #Batman80. The tweet also included a video of the bat signal being projected onto the side of a building, with subliminal hidden symbols flashing throughout the videos. Now, 2 of the 4 symbols in question have been correlated to both the Court of Owls and Ra's al Ghul's League of Assassins. And while we don't have an official release date, the latest Batman video game is speculated to be releasing in the fall of 2020. Apex Legends. Last week, Respawn and Apex revealed its next in-game legend, Crypto. But this week, they both raised the bar by announcing a massive Season 3 of content. It's time to turn up the heat, because Season 3 of Apex Legend, titled Meltdown, has finally arrived. Meltdown will bring our favorite legends to a new in-game map called the World's Edge, which features new biomes, molten lava, frozen wastelands, and a massive city. Season 3 will also bring a new battle pass that includes over 100 exclusive items, including Apex packs, legendary skins, emotes, and weapon skins. Season 3 of Apex Legends Meltdown will be available free of charge to all players on October 1st. And while we're on the subject of EA, let's talk about one of their most anticipated games for 2019, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This week, both EA and Respawn dropped a new story trailer for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, in which we catch up with Cal Kestis, who finds himself on the run from the Imperial Inquisitors and the Second Sister. The trailer also gave Star Wars fans an extended look at Jedi Fallen Order's gameplay, including in-game combat, new cutscenes, along with massive monsters and boss battles. Now, if you're interested in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, it will be releasing on November 15th for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Well, that's going to wrap up this week's top headlines, so without further ado, let's talk about this week's top story with the rundown.
Now for something completely different. Yeah.
The Last of Us Part 2. This week, during PlayStation's latest State of Play, Sony gave gamers a brand new trailer for probably what is the most anticipated game of this generation. But the State of Play also gave us a look at a new PS4 game called Humanity. Civilization 6 was announced as coming to the PlayStation 4. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is getting a timed exclusive for the PlayStation 4. And we got a first look at a new game called Arise: A Simple Story. But, as I mentioned earlier, easily the biggest announcement around this State of Play was the news surrounding The Last of Us 2. And if that wasn't enough, some of the top influencers, streamers, and creators from around the world were invited to California this week for Outbreak Day, which featured 2 brand new demo levels for them to film and share with their communities. Top influencers. Oh, my invite must have gotten stuck in my spam filter or something. In fact, let me just double check because, I don't want to miss this next time. So, Last of Us Part 2, Outbreak Day. They must have assumed I was busy. Now, the new Last of Us 2 trailer takes place immediately after the 2018 E3 reveal, where Ellie and Dina are out on a recon mission, and they stumble onto some trouble. And we finally know what the cause of the initial trailer, where Ellie says,
"I'm gonna find, and I'm gonna kill every last one of them."
Now, Last of Us 2 has also seen some massive improvements since the last game. And thanks to the influencer Outbreak Day, we saw the new features coming to the game, including improvements made to Ellie's mobility. Ellie can now run, duck, jump, and squeeze through tighter crevices. Last of Us Part 2 will also feature new variations to the infected, including the Shambler and Stalkers. Now, the Shambler is like a lumbering tank class who will send out explosive spores if you get too close to it, whereas the Stalker is a mix between the runner and clickers. And when you're battling a Stalker, you'll have to change your combat to more of a dodge, dip, and attack when ready kind of style. Now, going back to the trailer, one of the biggest questions leading up to this week's State of Play was, will we see the return of Joel? And boy, this trailer did not disappoint. As Ellie is out on revenge, she is suddenly surprised by the return of Joel, who drops probably one of the greatest lines in any trailer of all time.
"You think I'd let you do this on your own?"
And luckily for you and us, we won't have to wait too long to join Ellie as well, because The Last of Us 2 will be releasing worldwide on February 21st of 2020 for the PlayStation 4. And to wrap up this week's show, we come... That noise, of course, signifies that we are running out of time and coming close to the end of the show. So, in order to cover all the week's remaining news, we must initiate a segment that I like to call... Every single week, we have so much news to talk about and so little time to do it. So we take all the week's remaining news, put 60 seconds on the clock, and try to cover it as fast as humanly possible without running out of breath, passing out, or dying! So with that in mind, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Thunder noise! And... go. Nintendo officially turned 130 years old this week. Happy birthday, Nintendo. How about you send us a free Switch? Dying Light 2 will feature over 100 hours of playable content. Good news, the Uncharted movie has a brand new director in the form of Travis Knight. We have a new Medal of Honor game coming exclusively to the VR Oculus. Let me finish that by saying, not to VR, exclusive to the VR Oculus. Panic at the Disco has a brand new DLC pack for Beat Saber, definitely checking that out. Pokemon Sword and Shield have a 24-hour live stream coming up on October 4th. Medieval, the remake, has a demo available right now, free of charge on the PlayStation 4, so if you're on the fence, check that out. We finally have box art for Final Fantasy VII. Fortnite is adding in-game bots to boost beginning players' killed to death ratio. Can't wait to hear the outrage on that one. And finally, if you sign on to GTA Online by October 2nd, they will give you $1 million in-game currency. Not real life, because that would be crazy. That is it for Nerfed in 60 Seconds, and that is it for this week's episode of the show. If you like what you saw, you want to see more content just like it, hit that subscribe button. While you're down there, like the video, and while you're doing all that, I mean, you might as well just share the video with your friends on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever the kids are using these days. I just discovered Amino. I'm on Amino, so follow the Nerf Report over there as well. As always, my name is Bryant Chappelle. You are you, and this has been the Nerf Report. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks so much for checking out our channel. If you like what you saw, you want to see more content just like it, hit that subscribe button. And sorry, really under the weather this week. And honestly, I'm afraid that you might get sick. So in order to stay 100% healthy, hit that subscribe button, okay? If you don't, you're gonna get sick.